Hello, MT Ranger here. Today I got the new demo TRX4 Bronco, and we're going to be doing some hop-ups to it. Primarily, I'm going to start with the Traxxas 400 ounce waterproof servo. It's got 400 ounces, runs on 6 to 7.4 volts, speed is 0.15 seconds per 60 degrees, it's 25T spline, so we're going to retrofit that into the Bronco, and as well, kind of open this up, and I've kind of run through it before, but this is the Traxxas OEM BEC, and it includes a lot of stuff here. So I'll be going through this and installing this as well. We'll just shift it down to the truck, and I'm going to try and do this all about as real time as possible without any tag, fast forwarding or anything like that, just to show you how easy it is to install these things and get them up and running. So anyways, we'll shift the camera around and then we'll start in on these mods. Alright. So here we have our TRX4. The servo is going to be replaced. First thing we need to do is remove the servo horn and that. So get in here. Now, remove the steering link screw. There we go. Remove the screw so we don't lose it. And then we have to remove the servo itself. Now, we could undo these, but I think I can reach it. Oh, it's a 2.5 millimeter. So along with the servo, of course, being a higher power servo, will require a little bit more draw on the BEC, just to give it that extra oomph, we're going to throw in that Traxxas BEC, which goes basically plug and play and fits right into the receiver box. Way back here, I'm off camera there. So it fits into the receiver box, and there's a new cover plate for it, and it just pops right in, goes in line with your ESC and into your receiver, and then your receiver will distribute the power via all the lines. So I haven't seen any specs. I'll have to research the specs on it here. But it must be like a 7.4 volt, and I drop the screw down there. It must be a 7.4 volt BEC. There we go. So now our servo is loose. Can we pop it out without removing the horn? Yes, we can. So that pops out. And we got some little cable catches here. Unroot that. And we slide it through there. Now we'll have to come through this way. So let's move it around and remove the receiver cover. You need to remove the receiver cover and the little clamp, waterproof clamp, so we can get it. So there's the receiver cover, O-ring gasket, our receiver plugs, and the clamp. Get my hands out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. There we go. Watch out, there's some silicone grease on that unit there to keep everything watertight. Remove my screws. There we go. I'm trying to keep things in order. So now we find our receiver line, or our servo line. Where is it tucked in? Give it a little pull. So it's this one here. We just try and figure out where they've routed it through to. There it is. Which one is it? This one here. So we pop that out. And that should be channel 1, of course. And twist it. Pull it out of there. It's tucked under there. Can it will feed through? Can we feed it through underneath the receiver box? That's going to be tight to get it back in. Oh, it just pops off. There we go. See, I'm doing this live, so I don't have any more advantage than you would doing this yourself. Let's see if we can. Is it held into the bottom? Yes, there's one screw in the bottom there, so let's loosen that off. And then we can tuck the new servo. So there's a screw right under here, underneath the skid plate that I'm loosening off. So I can lift up the bottom side of the receiver box. And I think I can just do it by just lifting the one off. Yeah, and then just pop that through. So there it is, out. So there is the old servo, 2075X. And we're going to be popping in the new servo. So let's get it out of the box here. And there we go. Real nice looking red color, Traxxas red color. Let's put there, discard the box. And there we go. Untwist the wires. So we got to reroute this back through here. So let's get a broader view here. You see the whole rig. There we go. So our servo goes on. Which way did it go on? It goes on, so the horn is to the driver's side. Put that on there. Route our cable through first. Tuck it down in there. It seats in nicely. Okay, then we get our 2.5 millimeter I don't know, like flathead screws. Screw it in. Now I'm not going to screw the horn on until I get power to the system. And as with anything, when you're installing it, it's best not to snug the first screw consecutive and the next screw and the next screw. Don't snug them all up right away. Get all your screws in first, and then do the final torquing down of the screws. That way you know you've got everything aligned right first. Get that. There we go. And so far here, the last one. Make sure it doesn't trap the wire. Under the screw head just a little bit there. There we go, that's free. All right. So there's one. Now we can snug it all down. 2, 3, and 4. You don't have to really reef on them, just get them snug up to the point where they're tight against plastic on plastic. Now we have to root this, and this was going kind of tucked in behind a post there. And then it was through here. Okay. Get it kind of laying flat if we can. There we go. Now down underneath the receiver box. Through there. And I think it came up underneath all these just to make it easy to keep the routing the same. Keep everything flat. Okay, that comes through there. And then we route it into the box. Maybe if I got a little pliers or screwdriver or something, pop it out. Come on, ouch, come, there we go. Grab it. There we go. Pull it through. I stuff the excess down in there. So let's reseat the box. Make sure it's all seated in place. Nothing's trapped. Okay, we'll redo this small looks like an M6 screw. And where did it come from? There it is. And tighten it back down. There we go. Okay. There's our servo arm screw. Okay, so basically that will now just plug in to channel 1, the steering channel, on the receiver. So that's the servo installed. Once we get the BEC power in that, we'll turn the thing on and we'll align it. But now for the, let's just, maybe we can just clamp that down again. Just clamp that down before we lose pieces. Like that there. There we go. Let's seat it down. One side. The other side, snug. Snug. Okay. Tuck all those wires in afterwards. Make sure our rubber gasket didn't get trapped underneath. There it is. Free. Now, see, I've trapped it underneath, so let's take that out. Pull that up. Put that back down. I'm just going to set this aside for now. So,